I'm the executive director and founder of Project Coyote. We're a national coalition of scientists, educators, and predator-friendly ranchers working to promote coexistence between people and wildlife.
I'm the West Coast Wolf Organizer for the Center for Biological Diversity, tonight representing over 625,000 members and supporters nationwide.
I'm the grandson of a well-known Colorado cattleman.
I am Wolf. We are a self-sustaining, highly intelligent, intuitive being with a legacy of family values.
And I'm here today as a representative of Project Coyote. I'm here representing Adopt the Wolf Pack and Project Coyote.
I'm a cattle rancher, and I oppose the delisting. And I'd like to see the wolves recover in California.
I'm 15 years old and I live in Washington State. I saw my first wild wolf in Yellowstone National Park when I was 6 years old.
And as a Pacific Region representative of the national nonprofit Living with Wolves, I'm opposed to delisting the gray wolf.
The Endangered Species Act has never allowed for delisting a species just because the species is not endangered in some other nations or states.
Wolves are federally listed as endangered in 2/3 of my state, and in that area there are only 10 confirmed wolves, which is not a recovered population.
We strongly oppose this proposal to strip federal protections from gray wolves across most of the United States. It is unsupported by science, fails to ensure wolf recovery to significant portions of the species' historic range, and hands wolf management to state wildlife agencies who largely are not up to the task of instituting informed, science-based 21st century wildlife management.
Wolves are not observant of political boundaries. They're highly intelligent and socially organized animals who are keenly aware of the natural boundaries of their native habitat.
In the last 2 centuries, we have shot, gassed, poisoned, trapped, and snared bison, grizzly bears, coyotes, wolves, badgers, mountain lions, and more, all because they supposedly pose some sort of threat to livestock. Science has proven these lethal methods to be ineffective and financially wasteful. I'd like to share this photo posted on the Facebook page, Sportsmen Against Wolves. The public comments are disturbing and revealing. Smoke a pack a day, kill everyone you see, boys, nice, stack them up like cordwood.
Wolves are highly evolved, social, mutually dependent creatures. They work together to care for each other, and they suffer anguish when they lose a member of their family.
It is a biological fact that wolves and other top predators are essential to a healthy ecosystem. This has been validated repeatedly by empirical study after study. Wolves matter.
The proposed rule claims unsuitable habitat in unoccupied areas such as California, Colorado, and Utah. Even though individual wolves have been sighted in those areas, and even though many of those areas are excellent habitat for wolves. Dr. Bradley Bergstrom, Project Coyote Science Advisory Board member, states, "The gray wolf has barely begun to recover or is absent from significant portions of its former range where substantial suitable habitat remains."
In the 2 years since federal delisting in the Northern Rockies and Western Great Lakes regions, more than 2,200 wolves have been killed in aggressive hunting and trapping seasons, leading to population declines in Minnesota of 25% and in the Northern Rockies by 7%.
This photo was taken in Wyoming, where wolves are now allowed to be killed year-round without a license and by almost with any means across 85% of the state, the so-called predator zone.
Other kids across the country should be able to have the thrill of tracking, observing, hearing, or just knowing that wolves are in the wild as I have, without worrying that the wolf family they heard, saw, or tracked could be gone at any time.
Our nation's decision to recover the North American gray wolf was the product of years of research, sound science, and a long view of the potential benefits. Where is the same careful deliberation now?
Fish and Wildlife and USDA Wildlife Services should promote non-lethal models like the Marin Livestock and Wildlife Protection Program that assist ranchers with non-lethal protections through a cost share program.
We have the right to know that the ecosystems in which we live are whole and complete. And I believe a lot of people here think that it has to be wolves or ranchers and that it can't be both at the same time. And I think that it can be both at the same time. We can coexist.
While I know that there are some valid concerns about wolves, I also know that wolves are more important to the health of ecosystems than cattle.
We take only the weak or the infirm of the elk or deer population. Our instinct is to catch prey. We love to run the vast open ranges. We take only 0.0023% of the livestock, and the ranchers get paid for the livestock loss.
Those of us in the livestock industry need to remember that wolves were in California long before our sheep and cattle. And if forced to choose, the public might decide that they would prefer to see wolves and other large carnivores roaming our wild spaces instead of livestock. I urge you to maintain federal protections for wolves. Wolves and livestock can and should coexist.
The Obama administration should withdraw this flawed, scientifically unsupportable proposal and do what the Endangered Species Act requires, recover wolves across their historic range whose suitable habitat still exists.
Please uphold the real intent of the Endangered Species Act, allow the wolf to recover and live in peace. It is the right thing to do.
We urge you to maintain federal protections for wolves and to work with NGOs like Project Coyote, willing to promote their recovery to foster coexistence. Thank you.
Someone said before me that our forefathers couldn't live with wolves, but our forefathers didn't have the technology that we have now, and I think that my generation will come up with even better technology to help people coexist. Thank you.
Not okay, folks, please. I know, she's young and very persuasive.